And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Like I said before the break, have to get to Florida right now. A story I think a lot of you are following here. So take a look at this. Jake Collins, he's the new lieutenant governor there in Florida, saying, "Today I personally escorted the thug who took the lives of 3 Floridians. Harjinder Singh should never have been in this country, and he never should have been granted a CDL by California. Governor Gavin Newsom's reckless policies put communities at risk, and Florida won't stand for it." So I know a lot of you are following this. We do have, take a look at this, the perp walk off the private plane there on the tarmac in Florida. Take a look at this. This was moments ago. Now, DHS saying on Monday of this week, a truck driver accused of making an illegal U-turn that killed 3 people in Florida was in the country illegally. You see him there. Harjinder Singh, he made the illegal turn last Tuesday from northbound lanes of Florida's Turnpike, about 50 miles north of West Palm Beach. That's according to the Florida Highway Patrol. A minivan was unable to avoid the truck's trailer, which was blocking the northbound lanes. 2 passengers in the minivan died at the scene, and the driver died at a hospital. Singh and a passenger in his truck were not injured. Now, much of his immigration history was not immediately clear Monday, including his country of citizenship and whether and when he obtained legal status. Florida authorities said he entered the U.S. illegally from Mexico in 2018. He's a native of India. DHS said Monday, though, he was in the country illegally. So Collins, the Florida lieutenant governor, did not elaborate on why Singh was able to fly to California after the August 12th crash on Florida's Turnpike. The U.S. Marshals arrested him Saturday, last weekend, in Stockton, California, and that is why he has been extradited there to Florida. So had to get this on your radar. I know a lot of you are following this story. It's an important story to tell. Just a little bit more of the background. Take a look at this. You see him there after marshals arrested him on Saturday in Stockton, California. Now, the lieutenant governor of Florida, Collins, personally escorted Singh onto an airplane today, holding the man's arm. You saw it. As he walked up the steps of the aircraft, Singh was accompanied by 4 other people, including a man in a jacket that read Police ERO. Now, that's a reference to Enforcement and Removal Operations, which is a branch of ICE. Now, Singh made the illegal turn, like I said, on the highway about 50 miles north of West Palm Beach. Now, Singh and a passenger in his truck, they were not injured. And again, Florida authorities saying Singh entered the U.S. illegally from Mexico in 2018, and according to Homeland Security, he obtained a commercial driver's license in California, which is one of 19 states, in addition to D.C., that issue licenses regardless of immigration status. Now, that's according to the National Immigration Law Center. So you see him there in court. Now, Collins saying today Singh never should have been issued a driver's license, calling the move unacceptable. Collins said Singh lacks basic English proficiency and did not know the road signs. So this is yet another example of, yes, a story on illegal immigration, but also a story between a blue state and a red state, California and Florida. Hearing from Governor Gavin Newsom's press office responding on X that Singh obtained a work permit while Trump was president, though DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin disputed that, saying the federal government denied him a permit during Trump's first term back in September of 2020 and granted him one in June of 2021 under then President Biden. Now, a preliminary investigation by the Department of Transportation found that Washington State issued Singh a regular full-term commercial driver's license back in July of 2023. It's a type of license that people without legal status are not eligible for. So had to get this all on your radar here. Do want to show you, though, some of these posts on social media, including from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. You're going to listen to this right now, hearing from the governor very soon. He says, thanks to Lieutenant Governor Jake Collins for bringing the perpetrator to Florida to face justice here. We also have a bit of news from Secretary of State Marco Rubio on the issue of commercial driver's licenses and illegal immigrants, undocumented migrants here. Let's watch this from Secretary Rubio. I'll read it. So Rubio tweeted this today saying, effective immediately, we are pausing all issuance of worker visas for commercial truck drivers, saying the increasing number of foreign drivers operating large tractor-trailer trucks on U.S. roads is endangering American lives and undercutting the livelihoods of American truckers. So you can make the argument that move there by the Secretary is in direct response to this entire story we just brought you. So had to get that all in from all angles comprehensively, like we always do here on Live Now. In the meantime, like I said, though, we did hear from Florida Governor DeSantis today. Let's listen.
He's getting these commercial licenses from these sanctuary states. And, you know, in the U.S., we all kind of have our opportunities to run our states the way we want. We've chosen to be the free state of Florida, and I think most people here appreciate that. California, Washington State, they're choosing much different pathways, and I think it's been very destructive to the people there. That's why people have fled those states. But, you know, their policies and their recklessness spills over to other states in this country, and it's spilled over in this case to the state of Florida. So the 3 Floridians are dead, you know, in part because of the recklessness that we see out on the left coast. And, you know, I think it needs to stop. But ultimately, you know, it's going to require Congress to get off its rump and actually do something about this. Defund sanctuary states, defund sanctuary cities, rein in the excesses that we've seen in these states time and time again. And I hope that that happens, because we cannot just sit and allow these tragedies to occur on and on and on. It's got to stop. We're here today to talk about our support for rural communities in Florida. And our state is, you know, we've been ranked #1 economy 3 years in a row by CNBC. We have a major, we've had, I think, 80% GDP growth since I've been governor, which is almost doubling the entire size of the Florida economy, and we're not done yet. We've, of course, been a very fast-growing state. Part of it, we were open during COVID. People were fleeing lockdowns. They also fled crime and BLM rioting. They embraced our education choice. There's a lot of reasons why people have chosen to come to Florida. We've seen more investment. We have AAA credit ratings from Fitch, S&P, and Moody's. Since I've been governor, if you take all the debt in the history of the state of Florida that we've accumulated over 180 years, thanks to the budget that I signed a couple months ago, we will have paid off almost 50% of that just in my tenure as governor, and we're going to do more, and I know Ben is supportive of us doing more in the future on that. So we now have the lowest amount of state debt per capita of all the states that have debt. Of course, no income tax, and we're working on the property tax, so we're going to get relief there too, so be ready. And #1 in higher education. We've been #1 in education freedom, parents' rights. All these different things are really, really important. But I will tell you, me as governor, you know, it's easy when you're in governor in a big state, you know, because when I got in, we had like 21 million people. Now we have like 23.5 million people. And I'm not asking people to move here. Trust me. Some governors are like, oh, please come to my state. Like, no, I'm happy with what we got, but you know, it's a free country, and so, you know, people come. I know a lot of my supporters, when COVID was happening, you know, they'd see these California license plates showing up. They got freaked out, you know, as we don't want to import Berkeley to Florida. It turns out a lot of these people were fleeing those policies and were really embracing our policies. But be that as it may, you know, the reality is people have voted with their feet. We've seen the state continue to thrive. And when you have those types of numbers, 23.5 million people, as a governor, just politically, if you're running for if you just focus on like Miami and Tampa and a handful of areas, politically, you probably, can be fine just doing that. But that wasn't the way I did it. In my first term as governor, I became the first governor in the history of Florida, that at least that's been recorded, to do public events in all 67 Florida counties. We've made investing in our rural communities a priority because I think ultimately it's an important foundation for the state, not just economically, but culturally and historically as well. And we have done huge initiatives up and down this state, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's job training, you name it, we've been there and we've gotten it done, and we're going to keep on doing that. One vehicle that we have for strategic investments is the Florida Small Cities Community Development Block Grant Program. This is a program since 2019 that has awarded more than $138 million in funds to more than 120 small city and rural communities throughout the state of Florida. And part of what makes us strong is that we understand the opportunities that we have in our rural communities. Yes, someone like Ben can talk. I mean, he knows agriculture. It's a big, important part of the backbone of the state. But I will tell you, in some of these rural areas, very attractive for manufacturing, very attractive for a lot of other things that people are going to continue looking to do. So today, I'm proud to announce that we're going to continue to build off this momentum and this success through our Florida Small Cities CDBG program, and we are going to reward a number of small cities really significant awards. And first, and maybe most importantly, because I'm here, we are pleased.